Hi there. Thank you for tuning in to Grow Your Gifts. It's not raining today slash hail like yesterday, so that's good. And I got my umbrella today just in case. It's got quite overcast and a chance of rain. Today's topic is cleaning. It's all about you and for you. um, yeah, I just wanted to say from yesterday's video, perhaps I came on a little strong, but I did that on purpose as well. um, you know, it's a touchy area, touchy subject, but I think it's important to not shy away from it and to bring it up and to talk about it and to give a strong reminder that you are here for a reason and you are worth it and you are worthy no matter how much life seems to beat you down. uh, it's going to feel like that sometimes, a lot of the time. Um, but, it's all about getting back on that horse and really working on that self-love. And um, yeah, the main thing for me is, especially when I work with children, more like school-age children, even the young children, is I'm not there trying to tell them to listen to me and to do what I say and to be a certain way. Yes, I'm for their health and safety. There is non-negotiable areas, and that's it. That's what we're doing, and then I'll explain later the safety about it, and maybe hopefully they'll understand a little deeper. And if they don't, they do get consequences from their parents. Something they love is taken away, or something like that, to impart the seriousness of whatever that unsafe or unhealthy situation was. But beyond that, it's been more about wanting to instill in them and facilitate for them to learn how to trust themselves, to, in any situation, to learn how to say no to other people when they don't feel comfortable or welcome or safe, to have a mind of their own, So I really work on encouraging that with children. I think parents pick up on it right away and they appreciate it and they're like, oh, this is different, because what I grew up with was do what I say or else. So yeah, I mean, that works up to a point, but there are residual effects I've noticed from that approach. No judgment, just everyone's doing their best, and it's the hardest job in the world. Being a parent, I can't even imagine. So I think parents are all superheroes. So yeah, I just wanted to say a few things about sort of my process and my take on things. I do suppose with these videos, I have been making myself look really bad in my personal life. But really, I am wanting to illustrate that I am, and I mostly was, a textbook case of getting in your own way. So if it helps someone, then yay! Because it's not easy airing out your dirty laundry. I do my best to keep the really personal stuff private, to just get a glimpse of where I come from without judgment or putting myself down, simply showing I went from here to there. And the key is compassionately as I felt I could. I think people pick up on authenticity, and truth carries a frequency, and it's a gentle reminder of what is possible. So let me be crystal clear about the why. I am not here for fame or anything. I would do every video with a Sia wig on, the singer, performer. She wears, and nobody recognizes her face when she goes to the grocery store. I don't consider myself as anyone who wants that or is on that track in any way whatsoever, and I never wanted to show my face. But I guess wearing a Sia wig in every video would become kind of awkward, especially when I'm talking about these very near and dear issues. So I decided to just go for it, and whatever happens, happens. Yeah, again, about the why, I am getting the word out there for my business, Grow Your Gifts, because so many families are suffering in silence. And I do offer free sessions, so please email me for more info. Everything's on my website at growyourgifts.ca. And I'm also doing this because I am paying it forward with insights, tools, techniques, and encouragement which I was blessed to receive. So I know from my own experiences, if you are meant to tune in to this channel, you will somehow come across it. And if you don't like what I'm saying, etc., please change the channel. I'm not here to be liked or to impress anyone. I honestly could care less about that. I'm a busy person, always on a mission. When I think I've mastered something, there's more, always more, peeking around that corner saying, "Hey, Emma, you ain't done yet." I don't have time or energy for toxic drama or nonsense or hate. I just wish you well, and I move on. So I also make it a priority to rest and respect my own cycles and need for rest periods. So I'm busy scheduling my rest while also inviting spontaneity, if that makes sense. I am endeavoring as well to illustrate when you consciously choose to step out of your own way and allow healing to occur, seek guidance and act on it, experiment with new tools, embrace natural change, then your life can move forward in amazing ways. So this is also why I write it out and I read it. I don't want to leave out the juice, the best parts. It all connects. I find it much more organized and easy to write out what I want to say and read it. So that's my process right now. Sometimes I will add things here and there, but mostly I find that's what's working for me right now. And you guys get all the good stuff. And I might leave some things out by mistake, but that's just part of the process. So yeah, cleaning is all about you and for you. The essence is cleaning equals breathing space. So I've spent a lot of time investigating space, placing my attention on silence, the space in between words, in between sounds, in between objects, the ether perhaps. I don't know, but to imagine there is more space in the body than matter is kind of trippy. And the zooming out from the microcosm perspective to the macrocosm in terms of space and outer space, well, there's an opportunity for deep meditation, I suppose. My journey with cleaning started with a major split. On one hand, there was a loss of innocence, loss of childhood, when I was made to clean before breakfast, like scrub in between tiles with a toothbrush. And no, that was not made to do that by my parents. It was someone else. Let me just get to my other page here. And then on the other hand, because my mom was declining at that time rapidly, and she was undiagnosed for about another 2 years, so that was around age 6 to 8 for me. And my dad was clearly overwhelmed, basically working 3 jobs. He didn't have the parenting tools or healthy coping methods. I ended up not cleaning anything in my immediate home environment. So often I couldn't see the floor of my room because it was covered with clothes. I hated showers. I was given a small mini sand timer from the dentist to brush my teeth. It was like a 3-minute. Otherwise, he's like, "You're not brushing your teeth for long enough, that's for darn sure." I showed all the signs of depression and exhaustion and even trauma, but those around me were basically in the same boat. So you could say it was like the perfect storm. So I learned that I had the skills of cleaning at a very high level of proficiency, but the way it was taught was abusive. Um, I'm not gonna, I've healed that experience, and there's no blame or shame or guilt. Everybody, taught me as a young child in the best way I believe that they knew how, and I'm sure they did, you know, 100 to 200% better than what they were given. So I think their heart was in the right place, but it happened that way nonetheless. And on the other hand, I was amazing at doing nothing. TV and movies were my only real respite, and sometimes friends and family. I remember a lot of laughs, so that was nice. But if like a burglar came, he would say, "Oh, this house has already been robbed." It was that bad sometimes. So we were aware this was a problem. We would clean up in cycles, my immediate family and myself, which is hard when it's piled up. And back then, I imagine this, an 8-year-old lugging around this heavy snake-like vacuum, top floor to basement. I mean, kids are capable to vacuum a whole house, is what I learned. But there is a fun, enjoyable way of introducing these fundamental life skills to children. And there is a deeply unconscious, borderline military punishment, abusive way of teaching children, especially young children, how to clean. But I digress. So the positives were that I was a pro at cleaning by age 10. If I was motivated to do so. For example, I loved it when my big sister divided up what we did, and as a team we got it all done in 1 or 2 days, bing bang boom. 3 little children. It was so clean and so nice. I loved also, I remember singing like Ace of Base or different, Jewel, different songs with my other sister while we did the dishes together, and one sink was full of bubbles, and that was really a fond memory I had of cleaning and bonding. I also loved how my dad stepped up and cleaned on a regular basis. My mom simply couldn't, and in our culture at that time, like 80s, 90s, cleaning usually wasn't the man's job. They were busy with work, car maintenance, lawn, outdoor maintenance, repairs, groceries, all the manly man stuff. But I was so blessed that, sorry, my nose is running. My dad broke those cultural norms, and he regularly cleaned and cooked when he had energy, and sometimes when he didn't have energy. He had a basic personal standard, and modeling that for us kids, like over and over again consistently, I think that had a great positive effect on me, to see that male role model doing that in my immediate environment. So that was amazing. A lot of times we were, all of us, overwhelmed and exhausted, and my mom was going through diagnosis and treatment process when I was like 8, 9, 10, I guess. And during those times it was messy, and there was a lot of X-Files and Seinfeld and Jumbo Video. I don't know if you remember Jumbo Video. It came before Blockbuster, and you got free popcorn, and there was an elephant icon, whatever they call it, mascot thing. Yeah, we love the free popcorn. So we were pretty good kids as well. Other kids would have like flunked their classes or turned to drugs or crime or boys or something like that, but I was a C+ student and I wasn't even trying. So I think it is important to come back to what these experiences taught me. Also to keep in mind that, mess is mess. It's not the end of the world. There's way worse things. You're not directly hurting anybody. I mean, it's not like you're addicted to crystal meth. I mean, that's usually not the case. So put things into perspective and try to remember that as long as I am doing my best, I'm trying my best, it's okay that, this is so messy, or this is not quite up to what I want it to be like. So when I think about what these experiences taught me, moving on, when I got into meditation and spiritual practices, I would say after my dark night of the soul, but still basically controlled by my addictions in about my early 30s, I began contemplating the idea that cleaning on the outside directly connects to cleaning on the inside. So I said, wow, it's gonna get real weird here. So I came across SSRF, Spiritual Science Research Foundation. I'm not promoting or downgrading them in any way. Make of it what you will. If you go to their website, there is so much information. What I was drawn to back then was causes of problems in life, and they break it down. So I'll give two examples, like side by side. So the physical problem, one is depression, another one, chest pain. Cause, marital disharmony, cardiac neurosis. What does it say? Remedy, marriage counselor, psychotherapy. Actual root cause, problems caused due to ancestors that have passed. That's like possible for depression. And the other one is possible for chest pain, is block, like actual root cause, what they put down was block to the Kundalini energy flow system. Like, I mean, we dabbled in this stuff growing up, and I kind of understood a bit here and there about energy and how it works and the esoteric system and just ancient wisdom and everything, but they really sort of go deeper into it, and I was having fun investigating that more. So this was the beginning of cleaning. It's all about you and for you. I know it all sounds out there, but again, if everything is energy, it kind of makes sense. But always test things out for yourself and never give away your power blindly to organizations, etc. The other main aha from SSRF was the manifestation of dirt. So make or mark or whatever you want to call it in your physical environment. So, i.e. my apartment. I would go through many rage out episodes in the comfort of my home where I felt free to express that rage and vulnerability. But basically it was highly charged negative energy, if you want to put it in terms of energy. Again, I don't know if this is real or not. I have no real proof, but I started to notice those brown drippy things all over my apartment they talked about at SSRF. So inside the cupboards, on the walls, I cleaned them and they would come back. And yes, there's so many environmental factors and the land has history and everything, but I said, hey, let's experiment. And I'm not sure what that says. And worked or being more, yeah, and I worked at being more calm and never stopped quitting my addictions. But I did notice a difference with those drippy things when I began to rage out less, which I found very interesting. I was like, interesting, ... Let's see where else, how else I can use this sort of energy work. So fast forward again to my late 30s in a new home, a new house. It was like a, 3-story house, like basement, main floor, and top floor. So I was working full time. I got into the groove of every Saturday, clean 2 to 3 hours, and I was done for the week, basically. And then seasonal deep clean, at least I would do spring and fall, like a real deep clean. And maintaining this routine, I noticed a huge difference. It's like my addictions were loosening their grip on me. I didn't even realize it then, but looking back in hindsight, I could definitely see that connection. I was more emotionally stable and in control of my emotions, which is huge when you feel like you are actually in the driver's seat. I began to tune into the joy of cleaning, playing house music or ecstatic dance music while I got into it, getting the right Dollarama supplies to make it easy. I fell in love with my Dyson vacuum. Remember what a struggle 8-year-old me had, and I probably used every heavy 1990s vacuum in my teens. We just, went through a lot of different ones. I love my steam mop. And I don't know if you remember those mop buckets or people still use them. I'm not a fan of that. And dipping them back into like this dirty water, I don't even think it was cleaning properly, the corners and everything. Plus, wringing it out was a pain, especially working in childcare with my back, and all the ECEs and ECAs and nannies will know what I'm talking about. So yeah, the steam mop made everything so much better. I was using the Shark steam mop. No, I don't work for them. So, but I love it. So I tuned into how nice the water feels when I was washing dishes, and I love standing on a cushiony mat. Made such a big difference. Um, the best part for me was and is living in a clean environment. It feels so good. Like the hills are alive with the sound of music. It's like a breath of fresh air walking into a clean living room, bedroom, kitchen, garage, etc. My creativity began to flow more, simply making this a priority, scheduling it into my life. Doing a weekly clean and seasonal deep clean is so much easier as well. Like when you have to, versus letting it pile up and now there's a buttload of dishes, or there's a ton of laundry, or you were mopping and mopping but it doesn't look clean because it's been so long and the dirt has accumulated. That was frustrating. So in closing, coming back to it's all about you and for you. For cleaning, I read somewhere the most successful millionaires or billionaires clean their own washroom daily. And things like always push in the chair to the table. It was part of this Japanese practice, which has so many benefits. I mean, daily is a bit much for me, but you get the idea. So in terms of energy, and everything is energy, it's like you clean and purify your mind simultaneously. You invite authentic humility. You maintain a clean and fresh mindset. And it's free. It doesn't cost you anything once you have the supplies. You get the idea. So that's why it's all about you and for you. And sure, other people appreciate it too. But if you have roommates, etc., it's important to divide and take turns and have a chore wheel or something. One month they do it, 1 month you do it, or have your own set of dishes, and a big dish bin. So you and if it's like common use items that you share, then like a big pot or grater or colander or the sharp knife or the cutting board, then you wash it right away, you towel dry it, whatever that you share, so that it's ready to use for the next person. So there's so many resources on how to do this harmoniously with others. It does have to be fair and equal. Everyone's busy. Everyone works hard. It doesn't take that long to clean, not really. And if you've made an arrangement, just make sure you're really happy with it, and that resentment doesn't fester. If someone's acting like a slob, yeah, if someone's acting like a slob, then do address it and come up with a solution. To me, it's all connected. Step by step, bit by bit. Clean your environment. Heal yourself. Yeah. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed that one. And I'm signing off, and I wish you well.